I know it's late, guys. I know it's late, but I had to make this video. I just got through watching Game of Thrones, episode 1 for season 1. I had high expectations for it. A lot of my subscribers, viewers, friends, and everyone has been telling me to check out Game of Thrones, and it did not fail me once. I really enjoyed it. So this is going to kind of be a recap. It's not going to be a review. I'll do a review when I watch the second episode. So it'll be a full review of the first and second episode for the box set. But I'm going to do a recap for the first episode. So, basically within the first episode, what we see is when the episode first starts off, you see three individuals riding on a horse, and you're kind of confused. You really don't know what's really going on. And, they're just talking, conversating about, um, pretty much some very important information that you'll learn through watching the first episode, or if you guys have already watched it, you already pretty much know. But, and they come along, a guy sees some smoke coming up from the clouds, and he's like, well, he sees some smoke coming up in front of the trees and everything. He's like, well, what is that? So he goes over there and he sees some like dead bodies in a certain type of form. And after that, what happens is he goes away and he tells his comrades or whatnot, like, hey, there's something over there, go check it out. So they go over there and they pretty much see that there's this it's he's like, there's nothing here, and then all of a sudden this creature appears and slash slash slash, and a lot of people, and they die. And this guy, the person who originally saw it, actually, uh, it knows stuff about, he knows what's going on. And so later on in the series, later on in the episode, he is a key factor to this whole plot. Now, Game of Thrones, it's one of those uh, series that you really have to sit down and watch fully through and completely understand it. Because the first episode for me was really slow, and I know a lot of people are going to say, "We're watching this," but they're going to say it's supposed to be slow, and that is true. But it was really slower than usual, and when episodes are usually slower, it explains a lot more detail, which it did. It did a good thing with doing that. But like, I really don't know all the characters just yet, so guys, don't bash me on that. I don't know all the characters just yet, but from the characters that I do know, I really do like them. I like the main character of the particular district that's the main district, and he's really good. He seemed like a really tough, brave, courageous type person, and that's a character that I really like. I really like a lot, but it seems like those characters are killed off. Um, Kind of in the middle or the end of the series. Hopefully that doesn't happen. I know a lot of people who, have already seen the first season. Hopefully they don't spoil it for me, but hopefully he doesn't die because I really do like his character a lot. Um, and I also like the fact that there's a lot of symbolism within this series. Whenever I watch a TV series, I don't really see a lot of symbolism within the series, and and you can tell that there's a lot of symbolism because within the first episode, uh, there was this. They found this particular, I guess you can say, timber wolf or a wolf that was ripped open, and the babies were still alive. Like the baby wolves were still alive, and they were like, "Well, this can't be a human. A human's not possible of doing this. Not capable of doing this." And they basically said, "Yeah, well, that's true. Well, we really don't know, And they were saying, "Well, let's kill the wolves. Let's kill the wolves." And I mean, that was kind of a cool part. Not killing the wolves, but a cool part because it showed that, you know, maybe it isn't a wolf. Maybe it's not an animal. Maybe it's actually a human or some type of creature that we don't know about. So that part was pretty cool. Um, and also the Raven, like every medieval movie I've seen, they've had some type of messenger that was like a hawk, an owl, or a raven. And that's another good thing too. I like the fact that I saw that because that really shows that, it's kind of in that medieval time frame because they have the crow, and crows do kind of symbolize the medieval time. Um, And another thing I like about Game of Thrones is the fact that they do so good of just they do a good job of just introducing characters. Each character, they do a wonderful job in introducing characters. It's not like they just throw this random character in here and you don't even know who he is. He has a purpose of why he's there. And I like the fact that the king from the other village came over, and he gave him an option. He said, well, your wife, we were, if you, excuse me, sorry. He said, like, I want you to join me and help me out, and if your daughter and my son get together, they could become king of the throne, and I know that's what you want. And he's like, well, let me think about it. I'm not too sure just yet. So I thought that was pretty cool how he just didn't go ahead and say, hey, I'm ready, let's go. He talked to his wife about it, discussing it. But like I said, the first episode for me, it's kind of slow paced, but that's how it's supposed to be. Excuse me, not supposed to give you too much within the first episode, but it's really good. I'm really enjoying it. Like I said, the characters are really lovable. I love all the characters so far, even the little kids. They're pretty good. And every character within this series has a purpose, and I love that. So Game of Thrones, I'm definitely enjoying it. Just kind of slow for me for the first episode, and I know it's supposed to be slow, but like I said, it's slower than usual. I like the introduction to the characters. I just can't wait to see more. And this is the guy I was actually talking about right there. That guy right there. Yeah, he is so cool. He is so. I love this guy, and I hope nothing happens to him. I really do. Excuse me. I'm sorry. That's my Kaspersky thing. But I just hope nothing happens to him. He's just an awesome character. And let's see. Is there anything else I want to mention? Yeah, the soundtrack is really good. I love the soundtrack. There was this one scene that I loved when this guy was like by the river and he was cleaning his sword off, and his wife came out of nowhere. And his wife came and he was talking to him about somebody has died, and those were actually the two comrades that were out in the wilderness at the beginning of the episode. And I love the music they just played in that scene. It just fits so well within that scene, and it's just like I said, I'm really enjoying it. I love trying out new TV series, and this is good. So this is my recap of episode 1 for Game of Thrones. Um, like I said, I'm loving it. I want to see more of it. And with that being said, guys, I'll catch you guys later. Peace. Oh yeah, also, sorry. Just be sure to comment, uh, rate the video, and leave your thoughts because I want to know what you guys think about the first episode uh, of Game of Thrones season 1. And with that being said, guys, see you later.